Good morning, Edge Kids. How you doing? Does anybody know what this is? Let me hear you. That's right, it's slime. And you're probably wondering, why am I playing with slime this morning? Besides the fact that it's fun and it's sticky, this month we're going to be talking about unstuck. And if you've ever gotten this stuck on something, you know it takes a little bit of work to get that out. This whole month we're going to be looking at determination and what that means for you guys and how you can keep going. But most importantly, we want you to remember that you can trust God no matter what happens and no matter how hard it gets. So let's take a look at our video lesson. Let's hear from your teachers and go grab some slime because it's fun. Bye guys, see you next week.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the books of Matthew, Luke, and Acts.
When Jesus returned to life, roller coasters hadn't been invented yet. But as far as his friends were concerned, they might as well have been living on one wild coaster ride. Peter and Matthew might have gone over the whole story one more time as they walked the dusty roads from Galilee back towards Jerusalem.
Remember how it started? Jesus does all these miracles. Thousands of people gathered to listen to him.
And we hear God's voice saying, "This is my son, and I love him."
But then he gets all those threats from the religious leaders.
And he ignores them all and raises Lazarus to life.
That lousy Judas betrays him.
The religious leaders arrest him.
And I run away like a fool.
And Jesus is killed.
But he comes back to life.
And now we get to hang out with him.
I think he's got big plans. Did you hear how he told me at the lake to take care of his followers?
And what he said to us all on the mountain in Galilee.
About making new disciples?
Yeah. So you must go and make disciples of all nations, baptize them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Teach them to obey everything I have commanded you, and you can be sure that I am always with you to the very end. Big job.
How do you remember all this stuff?
I record it.
You should write a book sometime.
I'm still not so sure about the Holy Spirit part.
Same.
But Jesus is here with us now. We can do anything while he stays with us.
Forever!
Ahead, Peter and Matthew and the other disciples could see Jerusalem in the distance, the temple rising above the other buildings.
He said to meet him back in Jerusalem.
For the Feast of Pentecost, probably.
That would be the perfect time for him to do something big. If he wants followers in all nations, that must mean we take over Israel first, right?
I don't know about the takeover part.
As Jesus' friends returned to Jerusalem, Jesus led them to a hill outside the city near Bethany.
Nice view of the city from here.
I bet he's finally going to give us all the big plan now.
He already did. Make disciples of all nations.
Yeah, but how? Is he going to gather 50,000 people at Pentecost? Or maybe he'll take us all with him on an epic road trip?
He probably wouldn't have brought us all up here if he didn't have something big to say.
Sure enough, as they ate a meal on the side of the hill, Jesus told them,
"Do not leave Jerusalem. Wait for the gift my Father promised. In a few days, you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit."
There's the Holy Spirit thing again.
Peter couldn't take it anymore. He had to ask,
Lord, are you going to give the kingdom back to Israel now?
Everyone stopped talking, then looked to Peter, then to Jesus, who shook his head.
You should not be concerned about times or dates. The Father has set them by His own authority. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. Then you will tell people about me in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria. And you will even tell other people about me from one end of the earth to the other.
The disciples exchanged glances.
Okay, you did say the all nations part already, but where will you be?
And please, can you explain how the Holy Spirit's going to help us?
As Jesus smiled at his friends, he lifted his hands and spoke a blessing over them.
He's not answering the question.
As Jesus was speaking, something incredible happened. Slowly, he began to rise into the air.
He's standing in the air. How is he standing in the air?
Jesus' friends stared, mouths open. Soon, a cloud hid him from view, but they continued to gape.
Men of Galilee.
The disciples blinked and finally looked down to discover two tall men dressed in white standing right beside them.
Why do you stand here looking at the sky? Jesus has been taken away from you into heaven.
But he will come back in the same way you saw him go.
Come back? Come back when?
But the men in white were gone.
He did say, don't be concerned about times or dates.
But he just gave us the biggest job ever. Tell everyone in the whole world about him? There's gotta be a plan.
The Holy Spirit. I think the Holy Spirit is the plan.
But we don't know what the Holy Spirit is.
Jesus said to wait in Jerusalem.
So, wait. That's the plan?
That's the plan for now.
Jesus gave his followers what seemed to be an impossible job: share the story of Jesus and his love for every nation across the entire world. But soon, he gave them everything they needed to not only start the job, but keep going.
So our theme today is determination. Determination is deciding it's worth it to finish what you started. In Galatians 6:9, Paul writes to the church in Galatia and says, "Let us not become tired of doing good. At the right time, we will gather a crop if we do not give up." Jesus' mission to his friends is just as true to us today as it was back then. Tell others about him. And I know you may feel like it seems impossible, and you may feel like you're not going to have the right words to say, or even that your friends may make fun of you. But remember that God is with you. Keep going even when it seems impossible. So I have two questions for you guys to think about and talk through. Question number one: what is something in your life that you have started that you are determined to finish? Question number two: are you determined to tell others about Jesus?
Never gonna stop singing your praise, singing your praise. kids, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you guys are enjoying all this beautiful weather out here. And I have an awesome activity to share with you guys today. So we are going to be doing some paper airplane races. First off, what you need is grab a piece of paper, anything like that around the house, fold it up. If you don't quite know how to do that, you can look up some videos like I did, just so you can have a super cool, awesome airplane. Otherwise, you can decorate it, color it, put some stickers on it, really deck it out and make it your own. So you can either do this by yourself like I am, or you can find a sibling or a parent to do it with, whatever you prefer. So let's check out my airplanes and see how they do. So first off, I have this little guy right here. I made him by watching a YouTube video, which was super cool. It looked challenging at first, but I did it and it's pretty awesome. And then I have this cool, super simple guy. Just I made on my own. I folded it some certain ways. And then we have this little guy too for our third contestant. So we're gonna see which one does the best. So in my opinion, I think this one might fly the best. I'm not sure what you guys think. If you have any opinions on this one, or this guy, on which one's gonna go the farthest, that's what I'm thinking. So here we go, let's test it out and see. So that one definitely did go the farthest like I thought. The other one did a pretty cool loop-the-loop though, I'd have to say myself. And I want to see what you guys come up with. Share and link it in the comments. Tell us what you have and show us what you got. Thank you for joining us and have a super awesome day.